I know it's really late, but I promised I'd do a reaction to the game. Arsenal beat Athletic Bilbao 3-0, and they looked really good. There's a lot I really like from this game. Let me come clean on a few things. Why is this so late? If you watched my last match report, well, I told you I had my girlfriend's 30th. Happy birthday to her. Not a chance I was going to watch a friendly over being at the party. But I was with an Arsenal fan and we saw Gyökeres scored. We did the celebration. We had a bit of a laugh. So great to see Gyökeres score. We're going to talk about that in detail. But do you know what I think really stood out? Because I rewatched the game. A bit hungover this morning. I sat there and watched it on Arsenal's website. And I liked a lot of what I saw. Now, was I watching it in a more almost relaxed state because I knew we'd won the game? Because I'd seen the goals already? Like, do you know what I mean? Was I watching it with kind of like a, well, I know this is going to go well because I've seen the result? Maybe. And I'm interested to see how some of my takes age in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on what I'm about to say. What I saw watching it calmly, watching it without the last thing I knew being the defeats to Tottenham and Villarreal, without my kind of fear of the tactics and the football, what I saw was genuinely some tactical evolution. Like genuinely. Zubimendi dropping between the centre-backs. We haven't had that too much from our sixes before. He was also playing more of a double pivot with Rice. And sometimes when he was dropping in between the centre-backs, it was Ødegaard and Rice together. Rice wasn't always playing out on the touchline or up in the front line. I love to see that. He went with Calafiori at left back. Gabriel got a start, which is huge ahead of Old Trafford, especially because we've been concerned about his injury problems, as well as Yuri and Timber. So we got back four. That was really kind of the opposite of what we thought we were going to get going to the start of the season, which is probably going to include Lewis Skelly, White and Kivior, who've all looked good/great in pre-season. I think Ben White's looked great. But that wasn't the back four he went with. And actually in Calafiori, we had more of a galloper moving beyond Rice and supporting Martinelli in a different way, who definitely was playing a little bit more central at times too. So a lot of things I liked tactically. You look at that second goal, it comes from some direct football and Martinelli and Saka being quite central. I think the two of them worked that well with Gyökeres and Ødegaard's ball over the top as well. It's a good goal. I know I've sort of jumped to that bit there, but I think that's because we saw something tactically in that second goal. I thought Ødegaard was playing through the lines more. There was some forward passes, either in behind or into players in the pockets. Genuinely, I saw things I really liked. Martin Zubimendi was brilliant too. I mean, what a player. And you know what? This is what I think we all as a fan base, not everyone, but I think a lot of us as a fan base need to sort of eat our words a little bit. Maybe not me. I'll be honest, maybe not me, because I've been saying that this is an exciting signing. We shouldn't be ignoring it. But I think because of the need for a striker, because of the need for attacking reinforcements, we weren't really appreciating this Zubimendi deal as much as we should have been. He looks class, and to think we got him ahead of other clubs, it is massive too. So I've touched on some of the tactical things I think we did differently there. Let's talk about Gyökeres, his goal, and how in particular he kind of benefited from it. I mean, what a great header. And you know what I love about that goal? Not just that it's his first, not that just the celebration. What I really like, I'm just watching the Community Shield and Palace have equalised. What I really liked about that goal, it wasn't just right position, right time, standard finish. It wasn't that the team did all the work and he was just there to kind of put it in the back of the net, which I think a lot of people are thinking he'll do a bit of, right? It's just right place, right time, good finisher. He turned what wasn't a great chance. Like Zubimendi's cross is a good cross. It's not a great cross. It's a good cross. But Gyökeres has to work, guide, power it, and generate enough power to get that beyond the keeper. And he's not, again, nodding it into the near post. He's nodding it towards the far post. There's a lot of work on that header. And, one of the criticisms was, is he that great in the air? Well, he's certainly got the potential, right? Because what a great header. Let's see the Sarr goal. So I'm just going to little look at the Community Shield here. Sarr's just in on goal. Yeah, lovely goal. 2-2. Okay, interesting to see how Liverpool look without a recognised six in there. They're playing with Zabozlai and Jones, McAllister's come on. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do. Anyway, back to Arsenal. So, it was a great header. And what I saw through the game was loads of runs in behind. Constant sprints, running, pressing. Ødegaard was finding him behind. Calafiori, Martinelli, they were releasing him in behind a lot quicker. He was winning fouls. He was pinning defenders. He was even running into space in the channels and taking players on. Now, I will say this. Viktor, I mean this with all the love in the world. He's not fun to watch. He's not an aesthetically pleasing player. Like, far from it. But he's a killer. And he's a battering ram. And he's there to run his heart out, work like crazy, smash into people, and bloody shoot. That's what he's there to do. He's there to smack the ball at any opportunity he can towards goal. And I think Arsenal in this game, far more than the Villarreal game and far more than the 50 minutes against Tottenham, looked like they were playing to his strengths. And I think the players looked like they were enjoying it. They were doing things that I think came quite instinctively to them. And that was good to see. Definitely more of an adaptation to Gyökeres in this game. And that's why, people always go, it takes time. Look, are Bilbao great opposition? No, I mean, Man United, Palace nearly scored again. Look, Man United, made light work of Bilbao, and they were terrible last season. So I don't think Bilbao are great opposition. But still, the football was really, really good. And against Villarreal, we didn't see that adaptation to Gyökeres and to the new players we have, and we did this time. I really like that header that he hit onto the post, and we'll talk about Madueke in a sec too, because I think that was an impressive cameo. Not cameo, second half, he looked really good. So yeah, lots to like there, and I really like the way we were adapting to Gyökeres. And it can happen quickly sometimes. Sometimes it's less about doing something crazily innovative on the tactical front and more about letting the players do the things that come quite naturally to them, which is pass the ball forward, kick the ball into space. And I think Arsenal did that quite well, and I hope we see more of that attacking football at Old Trafford and going into next season. Is there a little bit of a VAR check here? Sorry, still got an eye on this Community Shield. Madueke came on. Yeah, there is a VAR check. Let me not get distracted. Madueke came on. And I have to say, I really like what Arteta did with his subs. I said this in the podcast with Ben. I haven't really liked the way he's been using the squad and managing minutes and where players have been playing, because I haven't really seen the benefit of it. What was the point playing, Gyökeres against Villarreal without creative passes around him? But this time he had Zubimendi, who got the assist for him. He had Ødegaard, who was playing lots of passes in behind. I thought Saka looked really bright. Martinelli looked a lot better. Now, Madueke came on, no penalty for Palace. Madueke came on left wing, and I thought was having some joy. Definitely looks like someone who, on the left, can do a lot better on his left foot as a stronger footed winger than, say, Martinelli can do on the right, if that makes sense. That seems to come to him a little bit more naturally, Madueke. And he whipped a lovely ball into the box that Gyökeres headed onto the post. But he also just did some nice stuff. He looked after the ball quite well. Had the beating with his fullback every now and again. No, it wasn't magical, it wasn't sensational. I'm not saying, oh, wow, there we go, we've solved the left wing problem. But he definitely gave us something different. Now, I was just touching on Arteta and the use of players and combinations in certain ways and me being a bit confused about it. In this game, at half-time, he went, Ben White go to right back, Timber go to left back, having started at right back, which is good that he's getting those minutes in, and then Madueke go left wing. So he took off a left footer in Calafiori, who's galloping up and down, and Martinelli, who's right footer, wanted to turn inside, and he flipped the dynamics. Doing that meant Timber, got minutes as a left back, where he might need to play against Ahmad and against Mbemo next week at Old Trafford. That could be tricky, and you know what? That might be the system I go with. Timber left back, White at right back for that particular game against Man United. But Madueke then gives you a stronger footed option, so not everyone's turning on the inside, and actually gives, I think, gives something else. Now, the only thing I don't like about that, even though he gives sort of the left footed outlet and the balls into the box and the pace, the raw pace and power, the only thing I don't love, Liverpool nearly scored. The only thing I don't love about it is it means we're naturally going to be asking Timber to tuck in a little bit, therefore, and Rice, therefore, will move up the pitch again. And I like the Rice-Zubimendi combo. So that's the only thing I'm not so sure on. Can we do something like a 3-3-4 build-up where it's like White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zubimendi, Rice, Timber, and then a front four of Madueke, Gyökeres, Ødegaard, Saka? it's just I'm making things up. It doesn't sound like something Arsenal would do, really. But that's the only thing. You're then moving Rice away from the game. And I like that he was much more central areas alongside Zubimendi and able to sort of win the ball back quite quickly, but also part of build-up. So that the likes of Martinez could tuck inside and Calafiori could get forward. I like seeing that. They're looking good, Palace, here, by the way. I'd like to... I like those dynamics more for this Arsenal team. And I think if you sign Eze, then actually there's a really nice complement there. I think Eze can fit that role really, really well as we're watching him now for Palace. But I think he's going to want to go for Timber at left back and Rice maybe going up and down the pitch. Which, to be fair, against Man United at Old Trafford, will probably concede quite a bit of possession. Actually, maybe Rice is suited to that anyway. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll try to do a short on this channel discussing my preferred 11 for the Man United game, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you agree that there was some tactical evolution? I definitely think I saw some for the first time. Not really in terms of the system so much, but in terms of the way we were using the ball, and that was good to see. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I know it's late, but Arsenal did beat Bilbao 3-0 in the final pre-season game, and it's Old Trafford next. Only Old Trafford, hey? What a start.